In this unit, we will be discussing marketing and sales. While those two terms are sometimes used interchangeably, it is important to know the function of each in your organization. By the end of this unit, you will know the difference between marketing and sales. On the marketing side, you will be able to identify the different elements of a marketing plan, as well as how to determine your go-to marketing strategy. On the sales side, you will be introduced to the sales funnel and the importance of the entrepreneur being the main salesperson in a startup. Marketing is the process of communicating the value of a product or service to customers for selling that product or service. Marketing includes product positioning and differentiation, planning, execution, and measurement. In contrast, sales is about listening, determining the need, dealing with the objections, asking for the orders, and closing the deal. Creating a marketing plan is often the first step towards creating the larger plan of action that will move your idea into reality, often referred to as the business plan. Marketing is a key component in the activities of a business. It refers to how you will get potential customers to notice you, become interested in your product or service, feel confident in you as the provider of the solution, and ultimately helps you in the buying process. Webster's defines marketing as the activities that are involved in making people aware of a company's products. And in most companies, marketing is a very distinct department with clear marketing goals. I'd like to point out that the ultimate purpose of marketing is to support a sale. Without sales, you don't have a business, so the two need to work hand in hand towards the ultimate goal of selling your product or solution. Proper groundwork before you plan your marketing strategies or tactics will ensure greater success. This groundwork includes the following key components. First, trends. The first thing we want to do is look at the broader trends affecting the industry within which we will be operating, as well as the economy within which we'll be trying to make money. A fulsome understanding of the industry and where it is headed should lead to some understanding of the potential opportunities, perhaps gaps in the market, or needs that customers have or will have soon. This insight will be invaluable as you decide what your ultimate product or service looks like and how it is positioned relative to your competitors. Next, target market. Your target market is that group of customers that are most likely to buy your product or service. While it might be tempting to suggest that everyone might buy it, it's incredibly useful to establish an archetype or picture of your most likely client group. With a thorough understanding of who this group is, their characteristics, preferences, buying behaviors, also known as demographics and psychographic characteristics, it will be much easier to choose marketing tactics like advertising and promotion that is suited to their tastes and preferences, thus increasing the likelihood of them noticing and appreciating your efforts. If you have multiple archetypes that might buy from you, you may have to create the same number of marketing strategies, and based on your budget, you may have to choose just one to start with. And finally, competitors. You will always want to keep a close eye on what your competitors are doing, both doing well and doing poorly, so that you can make strategic decisions related to your offering and positioning in the marketplace. It is also very important to do this analysis before you begin, so you have a clear understanding of what everyone else is doing in the marketplace. Combined with your target market and industry knowledge, this should lead you to strategic decisions related to things like your actual offering, products, services, features, pricing, etc. One important note about competitors. Don't fool yourself into thinking you don't have competitors. Even if no one else is providing the exact same solution in the marketplace, your customers are likely solving their problems somehow. That somehow becomes your competitor. That somehow is competing for the same dollars that you are. In addition, if there really are no competitors in the market, it may be for a good reason, and you'll want to carefully consider whether customers are 1. Interested in paying for a solution, and 2. Whether it can be delivered in a cost-effective way. Once we have a clear understanding of the trends in the market, who our prime target market is, and the competition, We need to put this good information to use in creating a marketing plan of action. Sometimes referred to as a marketing plan, I've added the of action to emphasize it has to be something that you can implement easily once you launch your business. So it must be actioned and activity-based. Your action plan will include all the activities and tactics that you will utilize to create awareness, drive interest in your offering, create comfort with you and your company, and ultimately lead to a purchase decision. Tactics as a result of being a consumer of goods and services. We're exposed to countless marketing and advertising tactics on a daily basis. There are too many tactics to mention in this module. However, it will become more obvious which tactics are appropriate for your business the more you know about your target market and how they will want to be marketed to. Some general note about the plan of action. 1. It should be actionable. You should write your plan in a way that you can easily implement it. You should clearly see what has to happen day 1, week 1, day 2, etc. It's easy to get lost in all of the things that a startup has to do. A clearly established action plan will help to ensure you stay on track with your marketing activities. 2. Base the tactics and strategies that you use on your customers' preferences, tastes, likes, and dislikes. We are sometimes tempted to use strategies that we like, but we need to understand that the only opinions that count related to marketing tactics is that of our customers. 3. You must have commitment to your marketing program. You must think of it as an investment and be patient. These things often have long timelines before they pay back. 4. Know what your goals are for each marketing tactic. Track how people are hearing about you, measuring effectiveness, and understanding the impact. This information will help you to hone your strategy in the future. And finally, 5. Marketing is not sales. It's often tempting to just do more marketing if we don't feel comfortable with sales. But you must realize that adding more marketing activities is not the same as selling. At some point, someone or something, if it's online, buy now, add to cart, must ask for a sale. Know that marketing and sales are closely related to each other, but know that they are different things, and more of one doesn't compensate for a lack of the other. The go-to-market strategy is an iterative process that depends on what product you are selling, how will you reach the target market, who you are selling to, and where you will promote your product. Let us start with, what are you selling? In this part, one has to look at the value proposition of the product and which portions can you deliver and what portions would you partner in. The next element is who you are selling to. In this part, you have to think of your market segment. This segmentation needs to fit with your value proposition, but should also be refined beyond that to include the other elements, such as the how and where. The next question is the how will you reach your target market? There are many channels that you can use to reach your customers. When evaluating the various options, you must evaluate the channels and partners within the context of the what. Basically, you will need to look at your product offering, its complexity, your differentiation, and your product margin. You will also need to look at the who. How many customers are there, their buying habits, and how will they make purchasing decisions? You will also need to look at your competition and your time to market. Finally, where will you promote your product? There are many ways to promote your product, but you will need to align your promotion plan with your product and customer and focus on finding ways to reach decision makers. Many people with ideas first focus on the product, which is the what they are building. Once that is well developed, they think of the customer segment, the who, and then how they are going to reach those customers. In this case, the where, which is the product promotion, becomes an afterthought. This approach is wrong, and the go-to-market strategy must be an iterative process that depends on all four elements.